two clones nicknamed Jeks and Rhys accompanied Yoda to meet up with the leader of the Dodotians. On their journey, Separatist warships attacked to stop the meeting.
Hello and welcome to Centurions Corner. And the other day we took some bootleg clones from AliExpress and turned them into these guys. Weathered up and nice and grubby to go with their brothers on the shelf. And finally having these two are the actual pinnacle of the Clone Wars for me. That first episode where these two were just, well, it just showed off the differences in the actual clone troopers. They weren't all just kind of like a legion of the same guy. They all had different principles and different things that they wanted to achieve in their kind of sort of like Republic Army life. And Yoda really demonstrated that and how much he actually cared about these sort of clone beings, which is absolutely fantastic. And just it was really beautifully written for a piece of just a bit of Star Wars that we'd not had for a long time at that point anyway. And to me it was even better than the movie. So that first part was absolutely fantastic. And I don't know why it's taken me so long to actually bring these guys to put them on the shelf. And as I said, maybe because they were kind of a bit easy, you know, it's just a few lines. They're not even got any intricate details on their helmets or anything like that. It's only these insignias on the side. So I'm really glad now that I actually got them on there just to bring that episode now to life. So as you saw in the video as well, I put actually this liquor paint dull red LP18 on there first, and it is very dull, but what I wanted to do is put it down as a base coat and then very, very lightly with the red Tamira just go over the top, so it's not as glossy, it's not as bright as because this is the same paint I used on the Shock Trooper and also the Battlefront 2 Shock Trooper as well. It's the same red, so it's really quite sort of quite bright. So I've just done it as a base coat with the red over the top just to heighten that redness a little bit, because I wanted to bring them in line with fire on the side. And it's actually not a bad colour match, considering I'd made this one a guy probably a year and a half ago, and I used a lot of different colours to get to this colour, so it's actually quite a good match just to get it over there. But yeah, just looking at these guys, so we can look at fire first, as is a very simple kind of one. And the colouring, I've just done a black wash over these guys, didn't do anything massively, just a few little scuffs, details, just a few like rain drips and stuff like that, and that's kind of it really. I just always shadow these parts here just so it looks like it brings in the body just a bit slightly, with his gun and everything there on the side. Not really much to go for on the actual pattern, but we sort of brought that insignia in on the side and on this one. I actually think they turned out better on Jek. I might go back over these, but I just kind of done them really quickly. But yeah, they do the job just on the side. I don't use decals or anything like that, so you know, it's as we are. And to do that, I use these paint brushes, well, paint pens. And it's just one of those sort of jelly pens, sort of like just a gel. It's just like a white kind of eraser, and it actually fits on really well, and it doesn't really chip off that well either. It just sort of goes on just as good as paint. So yeah, I highly recommend these, especially if you're doing details on any kind of body. But here's Jek, you know, the sort of like the heavy guy with his holsters on the side, which are from 3D Customs, and a bit more of the black wash over the top, just to stain his helmet, just so it looks like he's had a bit of action. This was a 3.75 rotary gun that was just very sort of like very grey plastic that we've just repainted up and made it all scuffy with the copper as well on there, just to bring it a bit more realistic and in line. Got the guns in the holsters, but they're just traditional, and then obviously using the milliput over the top of this, just a very sort of dodgy paint job over the top of that, but underneath that is the ribbon inside there. So you know, it's quite robust. As I said in the video, I have cracked it just slightly here when I put in the detail of the holes, but because it's stuck to the ribbon, I did use glue as well, because it did come away from it. It's really stuck on there, and it ain't going to go anywhere anytime soon. So his pattern is literally exactly the same as Rhys, but these ones on here, I just think they were the first ones I did in the video. They just come out a bit better, and hopefully I should bring the other one in a little bit better as well. But that's kind of it really. I mean, just wanted to bring these guys to a review, just so you can see what they look like as they're going on the shelf while they're all weathered up and ready for their action. And I've got my AliExpress as well, little Yoda. It's just a little statuette. It's about £5 on AliExpress, but it works fantastic. It's just the right size that just fits with these guys. His lightsaber is removable. It's broke about 4 times. I've had to glue it in place, and then now fire can go on there, and now we have ambush just put in plastic on the shelf and looking fantastic. So thank you once again for joining me in this one, and thank you for the very kind comments in the actual creation of these guys as well. And if you want to see more, please subscribe so you don't miss out on any content. We have the Batman review coming very soon. I've just done a few more touches to that, and you can comment down below, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, where you can see more pictures of these guys. So until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.